What is happening, you guys? I hope you are all doing well. I don't know if you heard, but it looks like COVID is making a return, and so is some of the terrible, terrible policies and mandates that, come along with something such as this. Now, not to jump back in time and go down a rabbit hole on what my thoughts were during the whole COVID thing, I will keep this very simple, at least as much as possible. So, to keep it as simple as I can, my thoughts on masks, the poke, and the booster pokes are basically like any other personal decision in life. No. If you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't have to wear a mask. If you did not want the poke, then you shouldn't have had to have gotten the poke or its subsequent booster pokes. I also think it's very funny that the groups that advocate my body, my choice are the same people who advocate if you don't get the poke, you are killing grandma. I clearly remember before the shots were readily available that they were marketing them as 98% effective, and then as time went on, and I've talked about this before, that they dropped off significantly. And I remember seeing headline after headline as those percentage numbers just dropped over and over again, seemingly every other day. Then you have real intelligent people like Rachel Maddow who said, if you get the shot, you can't get COVID anymore.
Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug resistant along the way, now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person. A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else. It cannot use a vaccinated person as a host to go get more people. That means the vaccines will get us to the end of this.
And then around the same time saying if you don't get the shot, you're risking other people's lives. I don't know why my decision should be that important to you and why it should matter. Just remember, my body, my choice. We are already seeing mask mandates that have been, since abolished being brought back by places like Morris Brown College. And also some movie studios like Lionsgate that are reinstituting those same mask policies as well. And like clockwork, we already have places like CNN who are basically fear-mongering, doing their best. And prompting such responses such as, the general public doesn't trust you or the current leadership. This may end up the most epic ratio in Twitter history. Well, I guess it would be X's history. And CNN can't wait to embrace the fear agenda. And of course, there is no way that we will again be manipulated with such lies. And so on and so forth. As you can tell, the general public isn't very happy. And I can promise you right now, if you want to go to that tweet, nobody is on CNN's side. And just the other day, we had Alex Jones. And before you want to cast a bunch of judgment on Alex Jones here, the truth is he's actually been right on a number of occasions, and unfortunately he's been wrong on some pretty big ones as well. But in this case, Alex Jones, I'm thinking he's right. Take a look.
So I get this call, and I'd actually gotten it on Tuesday evening, but I had so many messages I wasn't listening to it till Thursday in my office. And I know this person for 20 years, and then they're high up in the transportation system in the TSA. It's actually the agency above them. And so I called them up. And they said, hey, I'm in town. Let's go meet. So I went and met them. And they said, listen, they called in the managers. This is going to happen middle of September. They're going to try to make all the TSA workers in airports wear them. Then by mid-October, Biden's going to try to bring back masks in the airports and on planes. And I said, well, that's insanely unpopular. What's their excuse? And they said, well, this new variant out of Canada that they say is so bad and hospital numbers are up. So you're going to see a rollout sometime in September of all this. And that's what we've been told. So then I got on the phone, called a few other feds I know. One of them answered with the Border Patrol. They said, yeah, we've been told COVID restrictions are coming back next month as well, that they'll be phased in.
Now, the way I see it, I do not see that people are going to adhere to these mandates nearly as much as they were doing in the past. Between the WHO, the CDC, the president, Fauci, and everyone else in between, it was a pretty bad blunder to hold back a few other choice words I would prefer to use. Now, I don't want you guys thinking that I don't think COVID is like a real thing or something, because it very much is, and it very much did claim quite a few lives. But in reality, at the end of the day, it's your choice, and that's how it should be. If you feel like you need to wear a mask and get all the booster shots in the world, well, far be it from me to stop you from doing that. But if you're going to try to force people, including myself, to getting these things, when we clearly, as adults, and to those who are parents, as parents, can make their own decisions for themselves and for their children. As far as I'm concerned, this virus can be insanely deadly, but it still needs to be up to the choice of the person if they want to protect themselves or not. Now, if it was something that had like a 90% chance of killing you, I think most people are going to sign up for that. Hell, I would probably sign up for that. But given the statistics and data we've seen from previous variants of COVID, I still think I should be able to make my own choice, regardless. But of course, you guys, I want to know what you're thinking in those comments down below. But as always, please do not forget to hit that like or that dislike button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.